Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, your girl, Gigi the Glam Goddess. I'm back with another video. And y'all, I am coming to pretty much make a message about how we see trans women as trans women. Okay? And I know for me, when growing up, we would see a very feminine, passable trans woman. We would gawk in amazement. We just could not believe it, right? And so much so, I know other trans girls have internalized that and almost would pin their self or other trans women against each other. Who's more passable than who? And just in general, how we view each other as trans women. We even see it in the shows that we watch today on Now That's TV, the Dollhouse. But we see these women and they are tearing each other down. You look like a man, you a brick, you this and that and the third. And I think that that is so unhealthy as women and as trans women, because pretty much we're invalidating another woman's womanhood. We are literally the pot calling the kettle black, okay? So I want to just come and debunk some theories and some ideologies that we have in our own community. And one of those biggest ideology is that if you don't look a certain way as a woman, if you don't sound a certain way as a woman, as a trans woman, then you're not passable, you're not a real woman, right? And society does this to us a lot, okay? They break us down. They try to say, oh, well, you can't be a woman because look at your feet, look at your bone structure. You know, the list goes on. And so for us to then internalize that and do it to each other is really diabolical. It's really sick. And I think that we need to change that. I think that the culture in our community has been really jaded with shade and disrespect for each other. And until we learn how to fully respect each other and see each other just as women, not as trans women, but we just see each other as women, then some of that um shock would go away, right? When we find out that she's a trans woman, because we'll look at it like, oh, well, she looks like a woman because she is a woman. I mean, how else is she supposed to look? If you're a woman, regardless if you're a trans woman or woman, if you look like a woman, then I shouldn't be so in shock and in awe for the fact that you pass or look like a woman, because you are too a woman, right? And so I feel like as trans women, we really have it bad with going against each other and shading each other and trying to tear each other apart. Like, I know for me, right? I'm more nervous around other trans women because I know that they're trying to pull me up. They're trying to pick me apart. I know it. I feel it intentionally. Them trying to pick me apart, like, and then once they see, like, okay, she's got, then it's like, okay, you are validated as a woman. But I feel like if we would stop tearing each other apart and just take each other for face value, we could gain more respect ourselves from the outsiders in our community, and we can also harvest respect from the inside of our community. When I see another woman, another trans woman, regardless of how she sounds or how she looks, if you're a woman and I can see that you have taken the proper steps to become who you are, then I'm going to respect that. Now, of course, I'm not talking about, you know, no man that knows he's a woman on the inside or just feel like he's a woman, and you took in hormones for 3 months and now you want to go in a girl's bathroom and you didn't even work on your voice, nothing. You just straight up, here I am. I get it, okay? Because you ain't transition, baby. Okay? We have to go through a transition, not only physically, but socially, social transition, right? And once you have reached to a point that you have socially transitioned, you've been doing this for a few years, you're a vet at this shit. But you can't just come into this community thinking that, oh, boom, boom, I'm a woman, and everybody else had to follow a certain protocol and procedure to be socially acceptable. So I just want to put that out there. I get that part of it, right? Of why some girls may tear other girls apart because of that simple fact. Not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that I understand where they're coming from. Um, but yes, but how we see each other as trans women. Let me take a sip of that tea. How we see each other as trans women, how we see each other in our community needs to change. But when it goes to further and trying to tear down a person, trying to really pick them apart because you are so insecure about your own transition, about how you see yourself as a woman, that you feel like that you got to tear somebody else down, that's the problem that I have with in our community with women that do that. That can't just see a woman, accept that she's a woman and keep it moving. We have to remind each other that we are trans. When you see a trans girl, you gotta remind yourself to drill it in your head that, oh, she's a trans woman, treat her differently. Is that not the same thing that the black people do to each other? We treat each other like shit, and the same thing happens within our community. And I really feel like, especially for the black community, that that's where that stems from already having the superior complex, just being black people alone, and being not socially okay, our social and economical status isn't as high as other people's may be, right? And we treat each other inside of the black community like shit because of that. And in the trans community, that's where it stems from the black subsection within that community, right? And so I just want to bring it to the light to just say, listen, if you do this, stop doing that. Stop trying to tear down another girl and pick her apart because you are so insecure about yourself and your transition that you got to figure out how she look like this and not you. Okay? Because that's a thing. So I clocked that T. I said what the hell I needed to say. I hope that you guys got it. And, pretty much the girls that get it. Period. That's where I'm gonna leave it at. So that's it for this video, and I'm gonna see y'all soon.